Hi guys! Welcome to another vlog. And of course, for today's topic, alam mo, I want to talk about how do we build wealth as Filipinos? Or how do we build wealth as Filipinos with a very realistic guide? And of course, as always, alam niyo naman guys, I will be sharing my personal story. And when we talk about wealth naman, di ba? Hindi naman siya, or we differentiate wealth with being rich. Kasi, di ba, when people say being rich is para, okay, marami kang nga pera. Di ba? You can buy all the things that you want, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. But a lot of the times, when we hear the word wealth, di ba? It's more pang long term siya. Yung tipong parang security mo siya. Yung tipong hindi ka kakabahan kung ano mangyari tomorrow. It's because may reserva ka. And I think that's so important when I learned how to differentiate being rich lang, di ba? Parang, okay, dami mo nga pera, you can just buy whatever you want, bili ka na ng bili. Versus wealth na pang long term siya, na may security ako. I might not look rich, di ba? So, for example, I don't have all of those nice clothes, those bracelets na magaganda. But, for me, I prioritize building wealth because for me, yung future ko mas importante. My retirement is more important. And now, if I am being honest, yung wealth na yun kasi can allow me to say no to things, can allow me to rest a little bit more from time to time, can make me choose what I want to do with my money. Diba? So guys, let's be honest, diba? Sometimes, when we look and when we hear wealth, parang sobrang foreign ng bagay na yon. And even ako, when I was starting off in my career, when I was kid, parang building wealth was so impossible. Parang hindi ko siya na-imagine na I can do it. Diba? Parang sabihin ko, hala, ano ba yan? Ang daming problema, ang daming kailangang gastusin, ang mahal-mahal ng mga bilihin, tapos ang daming obligasyon pa, tapos meron pa tayong mga Lazada shopping na mga 15/30 payday sale, o diba? But the truth here is, guys, you do not need to be rich to start building wealth. Ako, I personally believe that. And to be honest, that's why we create all of these personal finance videos. It's because I'm here to tell you guys, alam mo, we can all start building our wealth. We can start small. And then, you just really need to have a system kung how we should build wealth. We should have a realistic system for Filipinos, di ba? Na talagang bagay sa atin, yung angkop talaga sa atin. So today, I'll be sharing realistic ways to build your wealth, and of course, starting from zero and all based on experience din. The reason there is because, syempre, alam niyo naman how I talk about topics, di ba? Gusto ko yung parang chikahan lang tayo because, di ba, parang magkaibigan tayo, magkumahari tayo, nagkukwentuhan lang tayo about how do we really want to build wealth and how do we want to build security. Now, before we talk about it, di ba, let's talk about the realities that a lot of Filipinos will be facing. Alam natin yan, guys. Most of us, to be honest, sad to say, di ba? A lot of the different sector, paminsan baka mas mababa yung salaries and starting salaries mo. If you're lucky, you can get into a better job, better paying job, mas mataas ka compared to others. But, di ba, majority of us might be on the medyo minimum or, di ba, relatively low salary natin. A lot of us might also have to support our families, di ba? Ang dami nating mga responsibilidad. Kailangan nating supportan yung kapatid, nanay, tatay, paminsan yung mga tita, tito nga natin na parang, why? And the third one is, let's be honest, when I was even growing up, di ba, wala talagang financial education, walang financial literacy. Parang lahat ng mga to, natutunan ko through all of the different mistakes that I've made, or through the books that I've read, or mga napapanood ko. And a lot of times, kung napapanood mo, parang it's all foreign-based and parang hindi naman siya yung tipong meron tayo. That's why I like to always make the example na dapat sa Pilipinas yung setting natin because iba yung meron tayo versus whatever they might have. And let's be honest, we might not be open or we're not offered a lot of different financial products compared to, let's say, all of our peers. But, I'm telling you now, hindi siya imposible. And of course, meron pa tayo yung mga culture na bahala na. And to be honest, guys, those are all cultural norms natin. And if ever you do feel na parang nakuhuli na ako, I'm here telling you right now, you're not alone and hindi pa siya huli. Because when I started my journey rin, fixing my personal finance, guys, mas late ako nag-start talaga. But it doesn't mean na hindi ko siya kayang ayusin. Kaya natin siyang ayusin. But syempre, if you start early, perfect. But if you start late, catch-up mode tayo. And catch-up mode is not wrong. Yun nga lang, syempre, we will work harder lang. Okay, so guys, let's begin. So, this is my practical ways of building wealth. And of course, being very, very realistic based on my experience. And of course, marami akong mga templates na pwede ko rin i-share sa'yo. Now, step number 1, ang pinaka-importante, alam nyo, time and memorial, lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo yan, you have to definitely track your money. Building wealth will start with a very boring stuff, which is tracking your money. Knowing kung saan napupunta yung bawat piso mo. Alam ko hindi siya glamorous, alam kong nakakatamad siya, alam kong nakakabuisit siyang gawin, but we have to do it. And guys, that's why I have all of these templates that you can check. The asset tracker sheet, guys, put all of your asset. Ano yung meron ka right now? Lahat ng bank accounts mo, magkano yung laman yan? May investment ka ba or wala? Ando pa bang meron ka? Meron ka bang property? Meron ka bang kotse? Meron ka bang jewelry? Put everything on an asset. Diba? Para makikita mo ng bird's eye view, magkano ba yung meron ka? And if ever may utang ka, ilagay mo, ilista mo rin siya. Then, pinaka-importante, after you do your asset tracking, do the budgeting. Meron akong interactive budgeting template here where you can tweak month in, month out. Magkano pumapasok na pera? Magkano i-allot mo for your wants? 50% usually yan. For your needs, then 30% for your wants, 20% for your savings or investment. You have to make sure that you allot your money, and that's why tracking your money and budgeting works. Diba? Alam kong hindi siya glamorous, pero kailangan mo siya gawin. 50-30-20 is usually, yun yung parang gold standard yan, or parang yun yung recommended. But, of course, pwede mo yan i-tweak depending on how you want to do your things or manage your money. Diba? Tracking your money, remember, is not being kuripot. Diba? It's being intentional with the money that you want to spend. Hindi rin pwedeng sabihin mo na wala kang pera. Because guys, you're just unaware of saan mapupunta yung pera na yan. Guilty rin ako dyan. Kasi paminsan, gastos ako ng gastos sa parang, ay, konti lang natitira. And of course, you are not bad with money. It's just that wala lang tayong sistema on how we should manage our money. So guys, those are all parang, as we call it, yung mga sakit na pwede nating solusyonan. We just have to work hard and be conscious of how we spend and of course, track our money. Kaya guys, all of those templates dapat ginagamit natin siya. Again, if ever you want to be digital naman, meron na yung Kaskasan Buddies mobile app. You can track doon sa mobile app niyan, expense tracker. Pwede rin. Pero pinaka-importante, the first step for you to build wealth, for us to build wealth, is definitely tracking your money. And ipapasok ko pa rin yung favorite quote natin, budgeted ba yan? Because if you track your money, binudget mo rin siya, nakita mo yung budgeting mo, kung binudget mo yung item na yon, then you can spend it. You can have your needs, your wants, di ba? Kaya nga may wants pa rin tayo because you have to reward yourself. Yung mga gusto mong bilhin. And then definitely dapat may savings pa rin tayo at saka yung investment natin. If you're aware where your money goes, then definitely that's the first step. And you are miles ahead of a lot of different Filipinos pa. Kasi nga guys, conscious ka, you track your money. Now, step number 2. After you've tracked all of your money, tracked your expenses rin, nagbabudget ka rin, importante, you have to build your emergency fund. The emergency fund kasi, think of it guys, as your emergency or financial seatbelt. Diba kung sa airplano sumasakay tayo, yung seatbelt will save our lives, diba? Hindi siya exciting, or nasa kotse tayo, nagsi-seatbelt tayo, hindi siya exciting, nakakatamad siya, puminsan ayaw mo siya ilagay. But, diba, more often than not, what happens if ever nagkaroon ng disgrasya? Yung mga naka-seatbelt, usually, buhay. Versus yung mga hindi naka-seatbelt kasi tumitilapon sila, di ba? So think of it that way. Or, pwede mo siya isipin, yan yung life vest mo. Yan yung security blanket mo. And that's why your emergency fund is very important. Di ba? Now, when it comes to your emergency fund, di ba, ang recommended natin is to have 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. But, as Filipinos, being very realistic, alam mo, let's start with just kahit 10,000 pesos lang. Yes, it might look big. Or for some, it might look small. But this 10,000 pesos can be a very, very good way as your starting emergency fund. Diba? Hindi siya ganun ka-OA na baka sabihin mo, Jocks, yung 3 to 6 months, masyadong malaki. Then we start with 10,000 pesos. Diba? 10,000 pesos, malaki na rin yan. Malaki rin siya. But almost puros lahat ng iniisip natin mga anomalya or yung mga emergencies that we can think of that might happen to us, usually the 10,000 pesos can cover that. Yeah, start with your emergency fund at 10,000 pesos. Then let's work into building it into 3 months and then we build it into 6 months. O, diba? Guys, binabaan na natin yan 10,000 pesos. kahit yun muna, simulan natin yan. And the emergency fund, syempre saan mo ilalagay? Ilagay natin sa high yield savings account or sa digital bank natin para mas mataas ang interest. Huwag po natin siya itatago sa envelope or sa bahay or sa ilalim ng unan natin. Kasi guys, kakainin lang ng inflation ang pera natin. Small steps, hindi kailangan perfect. Small steps and steady steps will always win the race. Diba? Para lang yan yung kuneho at ang pagong. Okay. And then, you have step 3. Let's be honest, diba? For us to build wealth, sometimes, it's not really about just saving. Or, yung parang talaga nagtitipid lang tayo. Hindi natin bibilhin yung mga gusto nating bagay. Pinaka-importante rin here is sometimes we have to look and think of how do we earn more? Is it looking for side gigs? Is it looking for freelancing? Diba? Or is it selling products? Diba? Buy and sell? Is it content creation? Is it also curating or selling your talent to people? Guys, for me, di ba, what I've done sa tagal-tagal ko, even when I was in corporate, ang dami kong mga side gigs noon. Mga Sabado and Sundays, paminsan nag-ano ko. I was doing events planning. Di ba? Yung para lang, at least, di ba, malaki ang kita noon. Mas malaki pa siya sa daily na nakinikita ko sa office. Nagbebenta ako ng art or mga prints or home accessories pre-pandemic. Even up until now, ginagawa ko pa rin yan. And alam mo, wala kaming help noon. Talagang kami mag-business partners yung nagbabalot, nagbebenta, sumasagot sa Instagram. Sa lahat ng mga kailangan ng mga inquiries, kami sumasagot yan. Nagkaroon rin ako ng mga products, mga restaurants niyan. Yes, some of them failed, but I've learned a lot. Alam ko na now na parang, apparently, hindi pala para sa akin yon. But yes, kayod yon. There were times na parang naalala ko at night, parang naiiyak na lang ako. Parang sabi ko, oh my gosh, ano ba itong pinasok ko? Ang hirap naman. Pero, di ba, every end of the year, nakikita ko, oh my gosh, meron akong ganito karaming pera because kumita yung business namin. Then that was my extra fund for my savings, for my wants, if ever may kailangan akong or gusto akong bilhin, or if ever yun yung pinapasok ko rin sa investment ko. Guys, di ba? Those are things that helps me build my wealth also. Huwag natin ikakahiya that we have a noble job. Kasi guys, hindi naman natin ninakaw yan. Di ba? You don't also need to have 110, 5 millions of side hustles. I think what's best here and what I've learned here is you can stick to one that you're good at, that is paying you very well based on the talent that you have. If you're a video editor, magaling ka mag-edit, sell that task, di ba? If magaling ka as your VA, you have extra time every day, mali mo may 4 hours ka, then go, do it. A lot of Filipinos right now, naririnig ko, ang ganda ng mga kinikita bilang VAs. And guys, remember, for me, ang natutunan ko rin dito is we should not be ashamed of side hustles. If ever we have business, we should not be ashamed to also ask our friends to kahit share the post. Diba? Yung ibang friends natin, ayaw tayo tulungan, supportahan, then so be it. But guys, wag tayong ikahiya because we are earning, very noble money. Hindi to ninakaw na pera. Sometimes as Filipinos, yun yung one thing that even ako I'm trying to outgrow is masyado tayong mahiyain na parang lahat tayo kinakahiya natin. But remember that, again, guys, ba't natin kayo ikahiya yung mga trabaho natin o yung kinikita natin o yung binibenta nating gamit o yung talento natin? Remember that, guys, hindi natin ninakaw yung pera na yon. Ang dapat mahiya yung mga nagnanakaw ng pera. Hindi ba? So guys, di ba? Building your wealth also is looking into how do we increase our income. If talagang kulang yan, then we have to find ways to increase our income. Yes, it might not be that easy. But guys, try a lot of things and you might find something that suits you and mali mo, yun pa ikabongga ng buhay mo because of your talent. Okay, and then, step number 4. Eto, guys. If ever, optional to, if ever you have to pay off your debts. Especially yung mga high interest debt. A lot of Filipinos, a lot of us might be drowning in debt. Alam ko naman yan, di ba? And to be honest, di ba, debt is parang nakikita na nga natin siya as very normal. But to be honest, ito lang siya. Guys, you cannot build your real wealth if ever ang dami mong utang, especially mga interest niya naman napakataas, and those debt is not something that is beneficial to your financial goal. Like what, guys, di ba? Yung mga debt na bumili ka ng isang bagay or mga bags because gusto mo magpakita. Or for example, bumili ka or ang dami mong inutang to travel. Di ba? Because gusto mo lang mag-travel. Or nangutang ka ng mas maraming pera because mali mo utang mo para sa ibang tao, 'di ba? For your friends, for your families, for your mga tito and tita mo. 'Di ba? Remember guys ha, at the end of the day, utang, nasa pangalan mo yon. If you don't pay that utang, ang mangyayari talaga sa'yo is ikaw ang hahabulin. And in the future, how do you think you can loan? Diba? Car loan, house loan, mga ganong mga loans na yan. If ever you really need it na, if hindi ka nagbabayad, sira na yung credit score mo. Kaya ang sabi ko, we have to look into loan as something na hindi siya yung masama. But if ginamit mo siya sa kasamaan, di ba? Or sa mga hindi naman beneficial sa'yo na mga bagay, then guys, ikasisira mo talaga yun. Okay, now, what are realistic ways to pay off your loan? I have all of those different videos, diba? For sure, you have the two, my favorite. You have the avalanche method. Sa avalanche method, ililista mo lahat ng utang mo and then put all of the interest of that utang na yan. Ang uunahin mo i-clear out will be the highest interest para at least in the long run, hindi ka nalugi sa interest na binabayaran mo. That's the avalanche method, di ba? Uunahin mo yung highest interest na loan mo. Then, on the flip side naman, you have your snowball method. Sa snowball method, ililista mo lahat ng utang mo, then, yung pinakamaliit muna na utang, yun yung babayaran mo muna. Now, on the snowball method, this one, syempre, it gives you the momentum. It is also more psychological. Kasi mas mabilis mo matitake off yung mga utang na yan. So, parang kini-clear out mo lahat ng mga utang isa-isa. Then, every win gives you parang dopamine check na parang, oh my gosh, yes, nabayaran ko to, kaya ko to. Gives you the momentum na babayaran mo siya lahat. These are two of those usual tactics na yan. Syempre, if ever you choose the avalanche method, this one saves you more money because the interest, di ba? Inuuna mo yung highest interest loan. Sa snowball method naman is more psychological. Di ba? You want to build that momentum na, oh my God, check off mo isa-isa yung mga loan na yan. So, mas psychological yan. Mas nai-inspire kang bayaran. Both works, both depends on you. If you're the type na gusto mo marami kang na-check off, nakiklear yung mga utang, go with the snowball. If you're the type na, no, gusto ko in the long run mas marami ang tipid kong pera because I want to clear out my highest interest loan, then do the avalanche method. Dyan. Okay, then, ito yung mga bonus tip ko guys. If ever you do have loan right now, especially sa mga credit card loans, maybe even mga online lending loans na yan, guys, huwag kayong mahiya magtanong at mag-negotiate. Negotiate payment terms. Negotiate interest. Diba? Negotiate for lower interest and kung paano ka tutulungan ng mga bangko na yan, ng mga financial institutions na yan. Remember guys, that ang goal nila is for you to pay off that loan. So sabihin mo na gusto mo naman talagang bayaran to and I believe na you should really pay off your loan kasi inutang mo yan, ginamit mo yung pera. Call, ask, negotiate. Walang masama to call and negotiate with them. Diba? Call, ask. Diba? Malay mo, ibibigay sa'yo yan. More often than not, malay mo merong offer sa'yo. Then, another tip here, second, you can also consolidate all of your debt. Diba? When you consolidate your debt, for example, sa mga credit card, ang tawag dito is balance transfer or balance consolidation. 'Di ba? Usually, kung meron ka isang credit card na utang, pwede mo ilipat lahat ng utang niyan sa isang bagong credit card. Then, ang mangyayari dyan is negotiate with them kung ano yung mga terms at saka yung mga interest. Now, please use balance transfer or even yung consolidation very, very, very wisely. Paano mo siya gagamitin wisely? Always check magkano yung total interest niyan if transfer mo or if kinonsolidate mo. Remember, if mas mababa yung interest ng consolidator na yan, then proceed. Pero if hindi naman mababa, then maybe just negotiate with your original bank. Then, of course, tip number 3 guys ha, kung marami ka ng utang, remember, huwag ka nang tatapal ng isa pang bagong utang just to be able to pay off that loan. Diba? We love to use the mga tapal system na yan, but please do not. Why? When you use your tapal system na yan guys, feeling mo may pera ka na naman. And what happens usually is, tapal ka na lang ng tapal, and then, hindi ka naman nag-i-increase ng income mo, how do you think you will be able to pay for that? Then nag-i-increase ka pa ng pagagastos. Hindi mo mabayaran yan. Kaya please do not do the tapal system if ever you're the type na you have the tendency to overspend. Or if tatapalan mo nga siya, di ba? Pero dinadagdagan mo pa, kaskas ka pa rin ng kaskas. Guys, and you're not increasing your income, hindi mo mababayaran yan. So if ever you're already there, di ba? Alam mo may utang ka na, do not add loans. Huwag ka nang kumaskas muna sa credit card mo. Let us work hard to clear off those debt, especially high interest debt. And then guys, di ba? I've seen a lot of you messaging na slowly, kahit it took you a year and a half, pero na-clear out talaga nila yung mga utang nila. Kung kaya nila, for sure, kaya mo rin, kaya nating lahat yan. And of course, step number 5, Invest early and invest consistently. Hindi lang siya invest early, dapat consistent ka rin. So guys, investing is really how you build your wealth. Kaya nga siya medyo nasa towards the end of the part. It's because, ano yung importante? You already must have your emergency fund and dapat you clear out yung mga debts niyan, especially the high interest debt muna bago ka mag-invest. Hindi yung gusto mo na mag-invest pero grabe, ang dami mo palang utang. Remember, usually mga investment na yan, if ever ang taas ng interest ng mga utang mo, guys, kakainin lang yan lahat ng mga growth ng investment mo and paminsan baka kulang pa siya. Okay? And guys, when it comes to investing, you do not need to be so rich. You don't need thousands and thousands of money. Some of those investments here can start for as low as 50 pesos. May iba naman 500 pesos, for example, for Pag-ibig. Then some funds, 'di ba? Even international funds for as low as 1,000 pesos yan. Imagine, 'di ba? Hindi natin dapat iniisip na investment is only for the rich. Usually yan yung iniisip natin. Alam mo yung investment pala, pang mayaman lang yan kasi naririnig ko siya sa mga mayayaman lang na tao. Why? Bakit natin sasabihin na para sa mayaman lang? Which is wrong. Hindi siya para sa mayayaman lang. Lahat tayo may karapatan mag-invest. And of course, we're here, I'm here, and I will be opening all of this. And lahat ng mga videos natin, may playlist pa nga tayo about investing. Because, guys, it is for everyone. And we can invest and we should invest. Now, ano yung mga typical investments na pwede natin simulan? For example, Pag-ibig MP2, one of my pinaka-favorite as well. Diba? Latest dividend niya nasa 7.12%. Guys, 7.12%. Ano pa? High yield savings account, nasa 2, 3, 4, as high as 8%. Diba? Interest per annum yon. Diba? What else? Meron rin tayo mga mutual funds. If ever you want to mutual funds, or yung mga mutual funds or index funds na nag-invest sa US market. Diba? I have videos like that here. Or, if ever meron rin local as well. Yes, sasabihin ng ibang tao na, Jox, parang yung Philippine market natin hindi masyado maganda right now. Then, that's why you diversify. You can have a little Philippine market, then you have US market or international market as well. Diba? Or you can buy stocks, di ba? Own a share of the company that you support. Pwedeng Philippine stocks yan. Mostly Philippine stocks because wala masyadong US na apps, na stock trading apps na may lisensya sa Pilipinas. But once na meron yan sa Pilipinas, for sure gagawa tayo pag may lisensya na siya sa SEC. Or meron ng mga REITs, di ba guys? It's like buying properties, pero guys, in form of stocks, and then nagbabayad yan ng dividendo, usually quarterly as well. I have all of the videos here as well. And a lot of this, you can start for as low as 50 pesos lang. But, ang pinaka-importante rin dito guys, is the goal of you investing is not to get rich quick. Kasi sasabihin nyo, Jax, parang baba naman ng mga to. It's because usually guys, yun talaga yung mga returns sa mga investment na yan. Na relatively, may risk pa rin yan, but relatively alam nating legit kasi may mga lisensya. Yung mga get rich quick scheme, dun po tayo nabubudol. Yung mga sasabihin, oh my gosh, 30% daw to, weekly, babayaran ka. Tapos nakikita mo, after a few months or a year, na tinulfo na, tapos naubusan na ng pera, nawala na yung pera. And then most likely, kung wala mga lisensya yan, hindi na nila nakukuha pabalik yung pera nila. Diba? The goal is for us to build wealth and to get rich in a very sure manner. Diba? And when it comes to investing, that's why you will always start early. It's because you want the power of time and compounding. The earlier we start, syempre, and the consistent we do and invest, guys, lalaki at lalaki yung pera natin. But if we're already more mature, walang problema. Ang gagawin lang natin, kailangan natin humabol. Meaning, mas marami or mas malaki ang kailangan natin ilagay sa investment natin compared to when we are younger. But, it's never too late. And, of course, last tip. While we're young, we can invest in the more riskier stuff. Meaning, index funds, stocks, diba? Or yung mga US stock market like the S&P 500, diba? Yung mga ganon. We can put more of our money there. But as we progress in our life, usually ang recommendation doon is we go to the more sure, diba? Kasi yung mga stocks na to, yung mga investment or yung mga index funds na to, especially mga US market, high risk, high reward. But as we progress, diba? As we mature, syempre, mas nag-lay low na tayo, we can now invest on mga bonds, bills, time deposits, yung mga ganyan. It's because mas sure na yan. And as we grow older, syempre, mas konti na rin naman yung kailangan natin na pera gastusin pang araw-araw. Diba? But because we're younger, that's why it's more high risk to. Bakit pwede tayo mag-invest or lagay natin pera natin sa more high risk? It's because wala pa naman tayo kailangan buhayin or wala pa naman tayo mga pamilya. So, we can be riskier when we're younger, but as we grow older, we want to be more safer. Again, this is more of like the payo, yung mga typical. Yun yung typical progression or typical path na pinapayo. But again, hindi naman natin sinasabi na dapat sundin mo yan. Again, at the end of the day, personal finance depends on you. Kahit matanda ka na, kung gusto mo pa rin naman S&P 500, gusto mo pa rin mga index funds, walang problema. Go, di ba? Again, payo lang naman siya. And of course, step number 6 natin. This one is also something na I personally believe in, which is protecting yourself. A lot of the times, we might skip on this part, but importante rin siya sa akin, which is insurances. For example, ako, nung umalis na ako ng corporate, wala na akong HMO. So what I did was to buy my personal or a health insurance na personal ko. Every year, binabayaran ko siya and gusto ko malaki yung coverage. So I have that, health insurance lang. Walang investment type of options dyan, but I have my health insurance. What else? I also have my life insurance. Meaning, knock on wood, kung nawala ako, then may makukuha ang nanay ko, may makuha, kung ayaw ko na ng mom ko yun, then may makuha si JP, may makuha rin si Jazz, which is my brother and my sister. Diba? So yes, I have those life insurance as well. Ano pa ba? Meron rin akong typical insurance for my critical illness. For example, if ever na on wood, magkasakit ka ng makalubha-lubhang sakit, then I also have that separate insurance specifically for that. Diba? Meaning, ito yung pag talagang may mangyari, for example, like cancer, ganyan, diba? Then may ako insurance specifically just to pay that. Para at least hindi ako matakot na maubusan ako or wala akong pera magamit for that. So yes, I have that. And lastly, meron pa ako even estate insurance ko. Meaning, in case whatever happens to me, yung estate insurance ko, parang siya yung magbabayad ng mga papeles or mga extra money to pay for, let's say, transfer of my funds, transfer of my businesses to my brother or my sister. Now, guys, when it comes to insurance, ako personally, ang payo ko dito is I buy an insurance specific for what I want. So for example, travel insurance ko, travel for my travel. Health insurance ko na critical is for the critical, kalubha-lubang sakit. Life insurance ko is just life insurance. Diba? Kasi kung ano mangyari sa akin, may makukuha parents ko, may makukuha kapatid ko. Estate insurance ko, estate talaga. It's really about transferring yung mga businesses ko, transferring yung mga, let's say, mga accounts ko, or even yung mga investment ko to my brother and sister, and then babayaran siya ng insurance na yan. Diba? Or I even have a health insurance ko, or HMO ko, which is just for my usual checkups, or kung nagkasakit ako, kailangan ko magpagamot, then I have those. So each of my insurances have one specific task. When choosing your insurance, may payo here, guys. For me, personally, choose an insurance kung ano yung goal mo. Ano ba yung gusto mo? Ano ba yung gusto mong i-protect yourself? Diba? You need to make sure that that is also aligned with your goal, with your financial goal. If you want to protect yourself from these things, dapat yung insurance mo will answer those. Kasi ang nangyayari kasi is paminsan, nabubudol na tayo. And that's where the insurance part comes in. Paminsan binubudol tayo or nakikita natin or dami natin naririnig na nabubudol because of insurances. For me, guys, insurances are not budol. What usually happens is because hindi natin inintindi yung insurance na product na yan muna. Usually, binili lang natin, nahiya tayo, hindi tayo nagtanong, tapos nagpumirma na lang tayo. Kaya nga, very important, you need to understand ano yung insurance na yan, ano yung produkto na yan, align ba siya sa goals mo, financial goals mo, sa personal finance goal mo, bago mo bibilhin yung insurance na yan. And if you don't feel that that's the right financial advisor for you, do not engage with that financial advisor. Maraming financial advisor doon. Malalaman mo naman kung best interest niya is for you or ang best interest niya is para sa bulsa niya. I'm not saying all financial advisor is bad. But, syempre, remember that insurances, financial advisors, are a business. Kailangan kumita ng kumpanya niya, kailangan niya makabenta para meron siyang pera. Again, if the product is suited for you, then I am so happy to let the financial advisor earn their commission. But if alam mong binubudol ka lang naman, na hindi ko naman nag-gets, ginugulo-gulo lang, or hindi niya rin naman nag-gets kung ano yung kailangan ko, then I should change your financial advisor. Because guys, at the end of the day, remember, dapat yung pera na ginagastos mo is beneficial for you. It's not beneficial for anybody else. Aminin na natin yan. Selfish man yon na quotation na yan, pero guys, dapat ganun tayo. And of course, last but not the least, step number 7 is really building a life that you want to live, not a life that you want to escape. Ang ganda ng quote na to, di ba? Because guys, building your wealth is really not just about money. It's about freedom. Freedom from what? Wealth is always, as they say, time. Di ba? Health, peace, options. Options to say yes to things, options to say no to things. And of course, the ability to even help your family rin. Totoo yan, but to help your family without drowning yourself or without ikaw ang kawawa. Totoo yan. When you build your wealth and alam mong secure ka na, kaya mong iangat yung ibang tao. And you can help your family. It's because, guys, you're secure for yourself. But if hindi mo pa or hindi ka pa secure sa sarili mo, hindi mo kayang tulungan yung ibang tao kasi sabay-sabay kayong malulunod. Sad to say, ganun talaga yan. Diba? That's why I work so hard rin. It's because Kahit na alam kong gusto ko kasi, masaya ako na natutulungan ko ang kapatid ko, natutulungan ko nanay ko, natulungan ko dad ko in the most challenging years of our lives. Diba? And I'm happy to do it because I was secure. I was able to build kahit papaano something. And hindi ako yung tipong parang hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko in the near future because kailangan ko magbayad for hospital bills, treatments, and all of that. And that's why it's so true that when you build wealth, you are secure with yourself. You have those stable foundation. Kayang-kaya mong tulungan talaga yung family members mo. And hindi kayo sabay-sabay na lulunod. Remember that money is always just a tool. But guys, yung life that you want to build, yun yung goal mo talaga. So that's why, yes, let us build wealth for us to live the life that we really want. And of course, last but not the least, guys, syempre, it's not me kung wala ang content na to. Ang bonus tip natin, we have to use your credit card smartly and very wisely. Why? If you build your credit card, meron ka ng credit card mo, you build credit. You build your history. And the wiser you use your credit card, pwedeng tumaas yung credit limit mo. And guys, whenever you spend wisely with your credit card, always ask yourself, budgeted ba yan? You can use it to earn points, rewards, travel redemptions, air miles. May mga protections rin yan, buyer protections. And, di ba, ang daming mga promos like dining promos, meron pang mga cashback promos as well, na parang, if you use cash, wala ka mga ganon. Pero if you use credit card, na same rin naman yung amount na gagastusin mo, meron ka pang added perk. Eh di ang bongga, di ba? But of course, you only use and get a credit card once. Number one, you pay in full your bill all the time. Hindi ka pumapalya. Second, you track your spending. Lahat ng mga ginagastusan mo dapat budgeted. And number three, hindi ka nagkakaskas mindlessly and you avoid overspending. Because guys, credit card is very evil if pinak-interesan mo yung mga binili mong item. Because the credit card interest rate every year is 36%. Nakakaloka. Kaya guys, always pay in full on or before your due date. Hindi pwedeng minimum balance lang at hindi pwedeng laging ginagamit yung credit card pang cash advance. Kasi guys, may interest yan plus may fees pa yan. So please don't use it or use your credit card as free money. That's the wrong way of using it. Use it as a tool to live a better life. And guys, syempre, yun. That's 7 steps on how we can build wealth realistically as Filipinos. And if you feel that behind ka na, you are not behind. Kaya mo pa siyang simulan. Again, lagi sinasabi, basta hindi ka papatay, you can start. It's never too late. And of course, when we want to build wealth, we start small. We stay consistent. And of course, we should build a life that you are proud of. And guys, if ever you feel that you want to start this journey, syempre comment down below na commitment mo yan. And balikan mo ko pag yung 7 steps na yan, nagawa mo na. And if ever you do need that sense of encouragement pa, you can definitely send me a message. I will be your cheerleader. I will be rooting for you every single day. And promise, hindi ako mangungutang sa'yo. Number 2, hindi rin ako kukuha ng pera sa'yo para mag-invest. Kaya kung ako ang nag-message sa inyo, guys, hindi ako yan. Fake yan, scam yan. I will never ask for money. I will not ask for you to spend money on things that I am selling na mga courses. Wala akong courses. Lahat to libre. Lahat ng mga templates ko rin, libre po yan. Kung may pera yan or may bayad yan, hindi ako yan. I-report mo sa akin. Pahulihin natin yung mga lecheng scammers na yan. Hindi pwede kasi hindi tayo nagbebenta. Everything should be free because guys, that's how it should be, di ba? We already want to help. This content is to help us Filipinos because I know na lahat tayo kayang-kaya umangat, sabay-sabay tayong aangat for a better Philippines as well. So guys, maraming salamat. Alam ko ang haba na ng video na to, but I do hope na makabuluhan to, na enjoy nyo rin siya, and I am rooting for you. I'm cheering you on. Let's build wealth together.